All right, welcome to the Pushing the Edge podcast. And this is the podcast for high performers, achievers, leaders, community leaders, people that are moving and shaking in the world, creating results and getting things done. This is the podcast for you. This is the podcast to take your personal and professional development to the next level and push yourself past limitations and barriers and get yourself to where you need to be. So thank you for joining me today on the solo episode today. And today's episode, we're going to go over success anchors. Success anchors. What is a success anchor? Why is it useful? And how do we implement it? I'm going to get into that today. So this podcast is for you. If you're looking for a higher performance, if you're looking for a greater output of productivity, if you're looking for a way to increase your ability to get results and do it in a way that's not going to be so, confusing and hard to keep up with, this is the podcast for you, Success Anchors. So let's get right into it. What is a success anchor? A success anchor is a focal activity that is done with a schedule and repetitiveness that produces high level results. A focal activity that's scheduled continuously that produces big results. You can look at the success anchor that corresponds with the principle 80-20, the Pareto principle, which states that 80% of the results come from 20% of the activity. So this is a powerful activity that is done consistently that produces massive results. I call that a success anchor. Okay, why is it useful? Why is it useful? Oftentimes for productivity and getting success and making things happen, we can get lost in the weeds. We can get lost in the minutia. We can get lost in where do I start, right? Sometimes we get a lot of results and then we don't know how to duplicate that. We don't know how to repeat that result. We don't know how to take that momentum from the day before and implement it the next day. A success anchor is a focal activity that you can literally ground yourself in, anchor yourself in, where you don't have to overthink and overanalyze a situation. For example, this is a very simple example. In my real estate business, there's a part of our business where, there's what they call a transaction coordinator. And this person, what they do is they take a property that's at the title company and they help facilitate the closing from start all the way down to the finish line, right? And they're working with the title company, they're working with the seller, they're working with the buyer. Now, the transaction coordinating part of our job can be very messy at times. There's a lot of activity, there's a lot of things happening. Sometimes the title work comes back on the property and there's problems with the title, so that the transaction coordinator has to go in and like fix things, and there's a lot of activity, a lot of work. Now, I used to be the transaction coordinator for my own company, right? Because I didn't have a transaction coordinator. And so one of my success anchors is when I came into the office and I opened up my computer, the very first thing I did is I touched all my files, all my closing files. I touched every single one of them. Every single morning at 9:15 a.m., I'd come in. I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to figure out what I was going to do. I didn't have to figure out, did I follow up with the person? Am I missing something? Am I missing an item? That focal point, that focal activity, that success anchor was there to automatically produce results. All I had to do was go to it and results would happen without me having to figure out, what am I going to do? Who am I missing? Who am I not calling? Who am I not talking with? So a success anchor doesn't have to be anything really ridiculously large and complicated. Matter of fact, the more simple it is and the more consistent it is, the more results you're going to achieve. So why is it useful? It's useful because it simplifies your productivity. It simplifies your results. It simplifies you moving the needle in your business, in your life, in your career. Doesn't matter what part of your life. It simplifies moving the needle forward in your life. It literally, a success anchor produces results in your life. Okay, so we identified what a success anchor is, and we've identified why it is useful. How do we implement a success anchor? First off is you want to keep it very, very simple. Let's keep it very, very simple with a success anchor. Whenever we're creating success anchors in our life, we want to look at our life and we want to look at every single area of our life. And we want to figure out, where do I want to move the needle? What area of my life do I want to increase results? Pick that area first. After you pick that area first, find one big activity that you can do consistently, that you're going to put and you're going to schedule into your week or into your day to day or week to week. And you're going to figure out, how can I activate this activity on a consistent basis? The beautiful thing about this is, just by activating the success anchor, results will start to happen. Momentum will start to happen. You will literally create a wave of momentum. You'll create a surge of productivity and results. So let's take a few different examples, and hopefully you can apply some of this into your day-to-day. So let's look at business. Okay. In a business, there's many facets of business. There's sales, there's marketing, there's finance, there's operations. There's a few different, right? Those are the main parts of a business. So if I want to be able to monitor the company's finances, well, there's a few different ways I can do this. Now, if I do not have a success anchor, I may be all over the place. Some days I may know what's in the account. Some days I may know what bills are paid. The next week, I may not know what's in the account. I may miss a bill. I may overpay on a bill. There's all kinds of different things, right? That are happening. Now, one thing that I do on my finances and my business, I have a success anchor. My success anchor in our business accounts is every single morning after I pray and I meditate, the first thing that I do after I pray and I meditate is I look at every single bank account that I have. And the first one is my business accounts. And all I do is simply look at it and jot down in my computer, all my systems, in my files, what the account balance is for the day. That simple success anchor allows me to be more productive, more on point, more sharp, and to make better decisions in our company finances, just by simply having that daily success anchor that I activate on a daily basis. And it literally takes me 5 minutes. But that one activity produces a spawn of different results, a spawn of different ways to move the needle forward in our company finances. Okay. Now let's look at health and fitness. Health and fitness. This is, maybe with health and fitness, you want to increase your fitness, you want to lose weight, you want to gain weight, whatever it may be. You want to increase your flexibility. Let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. Well, you can do a few different things. Now, you can go about losing 20 pounds by trying to work really, really hard and starve yourself and try to, okay, how am I going to do this? I got to do this crazy workout. I gotta do keto, or I got to go do, a crazy diet plan. But if you start creating success anchors in your nutrition, you're going to start spawning results. So the first thing you can do is you can say, you know what, for every breakfast that I do, okay, I'm gonna record what I eat for breakfast every morning. I'm gonna have my notepad, and all I'm gonna do is just simply write down what I'm drinking and what I'm eating for breakfast, and I'm gonna tally up the calories. That could be a success anchor. That's a productive focal point of activity. It's going to spawn other successful habits. Okay. Another thing you could do is every day I go for a walk. Every day after work, I go for a 30-minute walk, or a 20-minute walk, or a 10-minute run, or whatever it is. Or I go to the gym right after the office, or I go to the gym before the office, it doesn't matter. You got to find an anchor, a focal point of activity, because that one activity of walking every day produces the results. That one activity of jotting down your nutrition habits for the breakfast produces momentum and results. That one activity of going to the gym every day after work, or going to the gym before work, or whatever it is, produces the results. So you don't have to think. The problem with productivity and high performance is people get into a place of thinking too much, and it becomes more complicated than what it has to be. Well, I got so many things going on. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. Just ground yourself into success anchors with every area of your life, and you will start producing massive results and massive productivity. You do not have to figure everything out. You don't have to micromanage results. What you have to do is commit to focal points of activity called success anchors that naturally create momentum and naturally create results. So it's backwards thinking to try to get a result. If you just focus on the productivity, on the focal activity, the success anchor, the results will come. Now, it comes with momentum, it comes with consistency, and you do not have to create a massive amount of success anchors in your week. You can start with one. But today's challenge, if you're listening to this podcast and you're wanting to increase your productivity and your high performance, you have to look at what area of your life are you wanting to increase and get better results and get better productivity, and identify one success anchor that you can implement right now that's going to move the needle forward in your life. And I want you to commit to it for at least 3 or 4 weeks. Give it 3 weeks using the success anchor every single day and watch the magic happen in your life and watch how you move the needle forward in your life. Guys, I hope you enjoy this content. This is a solo episode of Pushing the Edge. This podcast is all about taking ourselves to the next level, all about breaking through limitations, breaking through barriers. Guys, life is not always what people tell you it is. It is what you make it, is what you make your life to be. That is the results that you're going to get. Life is what you make it, guys. And this podcast, I'm hoping to inspire not just motivation, but inspire actual tangible productivity where you can take yourself to the next level in your business and your life, in your health and fitness, in your mindset, in your finances, and be able to take yourself to the next level and be able to use actual tactical grounded application that can move the needle in your life, because it's very important that we stay focused and we're able to implement and take action right away. Until next time, go out there this week and create one success anchor that's going to move the needle in the area of your life that you want to get results right now. Let's go.